Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are right now. Welcome back to our series where we talk to our students who did attend our Lean Six Sigma trainings and they have undertaken some exceptional improvement projects within their businesses. Today, we are extremely lucky to have Maia with us, who recently completed the training. She passed the exam with exceptional score in the end, and she has just recently completed her improvement project. Maia, welcome to our show today.
Thank you.
Let's start from the beginning. Can you tell our listeners what made you take the Lean Six Sigma course in the first place?
I think because the Lean Six Sigma course is all about improvements and improving constantly, I think because we are such a small business and rapidly growing, we have to alter ourselves all the time to make sure we're keeping up with that growth and keeping up with the improvements that we do need to make. So I think the Lean Six Sigma course really enables us to make improvements and prove that we have made them improvements and see the impacts of them.
That's fantastic. Now, can you share a bit of information about the training experience? How did you find the class? How did you find the interaction, the workshops, and the overall experience?
I thought the experience was great, having a group of people all together as well. I think having everyone's input into different ideas, learning new ways of doing things and techniques and supporting techniques to enable us to have them improvements was amazing. And I think the extensive knowledge that you get from doing the course has just benefited everyone in the room so much, and to hear about everyone's ways that they're going to use that benefit is just amazing to see.
So from what I'm hearing, the message went across the business after the training, because we have seen more people joining the course lately. Now, one thing that I need to ask is the improvement project that you have undertaken. I know it has been completed and it wasn't the easy one, right? I mean, I know there was a lot of effort put into it to make it happen and to see the benefits moving forward. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was and how this benefited the business short and long term?
So I think my project was a little bit different to the average project that you would see, because it wasn't surrounded by profit, it was surrounded by customer experience. So the basis of my project was looking at the customer journey and to see how we communicate with our customers, what we could do better, whether that be better feedback forms. It was also looking at customer retention, so also trying to increase our returning customers and tracking that data. So it was a very collaborative project. It involved all the different departments in the business. I had to interview all the different departments to get their feedback and collate all that information together. And then we assessed what action plans we needed to put in place. And then once they were in place, to see them improvements and the benefit to the business was great, but also to benefit me in my role and develop me in my role, working with all different departments and hearing what they do day to day and how it could better them. I think it was an amazing project to see from start to end, to see the benefits of each department.
Now, guys, to you who are listening, one of the reasons why I asked Maia to take part in this interview was because of this misconception where people believe the Lean Six Sigma has been purely driven by numbers, statistics, graphs, and everything else that follows. This is not always the case. The Lean Six Sigma comes with loads of different tools and methods that you can employ to run improvements through the business, not necessarily through the statistical approach. And Maia's project is one of those things where you can see a huge customer benefit and the business benefit without necessity of employing complicated number crunching techniques to actually see the end result. So for that reason, Maia, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
One thing that I want to ask as well is, what is it specifically from the Lean Six Sigma training that helped you to run the project? Were there any specific tools or methods that you actually utilized in your day jobs to make it happen?
I think it was a systematic way of doing things, to put things in an order of how you should run a project to make an improvement. I think using like the define, the measure, improve, it sort of made you see things from start to end and then break that down into mini processes to make sure you could see the small wins in that and also see the end result, that it was an improvement.
Right. So now, one other question I have to ask. Some people are undecided when it comes to the training because of the exam. I mean, everyone heard about the Lean Six Sigma exam, how difficult it can be. Now, I know that you have passed the exam, with flying colors. So how did you prepare for the exam? What made it you to pass it with ease?
I think when you look at the book initially and when you do the training, it can be quite daunting because there is a lot of information. But I think if you do break that down into the smaller elements of it and then focus on them one at a time, you can then join it all together and it creates a real journey in that book. And if you think of it like that, it's so much more easy to learn and easy to remember when you are doing the exam. You remember the process and then you follow the exam using that process.
So last but not least, if you were to convince someone else to join this training, what would you say?
I think the qualification is obviously an amazing thing to have, but I think besides that, doing a project to improve the business and also develop you in your role is the key element of this. I think obviously having that qualification at the end is great, but to stand and say like you improve the business and you're continuously improving and then also developing yourself in your role, I think that is the main reason why I wanted to do the qualification.
Maia, thank you very much for sharing your story with us, and to you guys listening and watching us, I hope this was just enough to convince you to get your interest into the Lean Six Sigma world, if you haven't done this already. If you want to learn more about the training, the content, please visit our website. We have all the links in the comment section below, and hopefully you will join us in another video coming to this channel very soon. Thank you once again, Maia. Thank you everyone for watching today.
Thank you.